pilots, welcome aboard Plazma 1945 here, and taking off on GS with a F-14 Bravo with a loadout of Sparrows and Sidewinders, 7 Foxtrots and 9 Limas to simulate the weapon loadout of an F-4E Phantom. The purpose of this flight was to familiarize with the behavior and the performance of the Aim-7F Sparrow. We're going to activate TAC View on the right side of the screen, powered by Fox 3 Managed Solutions, where I go to train and practice. So if you guys want a server of your own, fox3ms.com, hit them up. Now, why are we flying this F-14 and not a Phantom? Well, because we've all been waiting for the Phantom, and because there's a few similarities. First off, the thrust-to-weight ratio of an F-4E Phantom and a 14B is 0.86 versus 0.88 with a loadout. So if you want to get close to the performance of a Phantom, just keep those bags attached and be nice and heavy. You can also fly with your wings in partial geometry, but I'll do a separate video on that. For now, we have a first customer. The first customer here is a Mirage 2000 perfect setup, and I'm using active lock here, PAL mode, and we've got a lock on the hostile. Fox 1 out, and the Mirage elects to go behind a hill to brake lock. We've got a few missiles, so this is A-OK. Mirage 2000 decides to come back in. He gets picked up, and a Sparrow back at him again. It's popping chaff and flare. Splash 1 Mirage 2000. Let's go for that instant replay. Missile tracks, gets a splash. What I should have done here is pop some flares. I did cut my throttle to avoid a missile lock, but definitely popping flares would have helped. Alright, let's go track down our next target. Unlike a Phantom, I do have a nice data link here, something that you don't have, but hopefully the Phantom you will have a Rio who will be tracking bra calls from your ground controller. As you can see, I'm not using Jester for very much here, except for utility functionality and data link control. And that is because I do want to be able to survive on growling Sidewinder while I do this nice bit of practice and experiment. And I suggest you guys try this out. If you can take on an F-16 or an F-18 in a Tomcat using Sparrows, I think you guys are setting yourselves up for success in the Phantom. And for those who are watching, that's a good question. Do you think the Phantom will have a chance on a server like growling Sidewinder? Alright, so next engagement. This time it is an F-16 coming out of Beslan. He's just above the mountaintops to the north. I'm back in PAL mode, and there we go, successful lock.
I'm picking up nails on the nose, and another spike, 12 o'clock.
And Fox 1 launched on him. I do a bit of a roll here, hoping that I don't hit any mountains. I'm down to 2 Sparrows. After the second one has been launched, the first Sparrow goes stupid. The enemy fires 2 Fox 2s. And look at that. The second Sparrow misses, but the Aim-9 gets a hit. Let's go into instant replay and recount our capability. So 1 Sparrow dumb, 2nd Sparrow gets notched, and the Aim-9L find its target. So far we've got 1 Sparrow kill, and we've got 1 Aim-9L splash. Mike Romeo from Growling Sidewinder decides to shoot a PL-12 at me from his J-11. Good thing I've got RWR that I'm just going to notch this thing and fly away from it. That's a little dangerous, Mike. Come on now. Jeez. Nah, just joshing. Alright, let's go find our next target. So our next target is an F-14 Bravo Tomcat out of Beslan. And as you can see on TAC View on the right hand side, some of my Sparrows are still in the air flying around. Alright, the Tomcat should be behind this hill. I am using my data link to hopefully spot where he's supposed to be. There he is, cruising at altitude, launching Phoenixes. Well, we can't allow that to continue. The guy needs to be knocked down as a peg. He's high. I've got a visual confirmation that it is a Tomcat. Fox 1, down to 1 Sparrow remaining.
There's dirt, 11 o'clock.
It is a very ambitious shot at a very long range. Although I was climbing towards him, he does turn cold. I'm watching his aspect on the video. Something very useful in the Tomcat as he starts descending and defending. So that Sparrow shot was a bit too long. Second Sparrow, top down. As he's defending, he tries to go for a notch below me. The missile is tracking.
12 o'clock.
And splash.
The bandit is down.
Third splash. Let's do a top-down view here. Missile's tracking. Tomcat is diving, and there's a hit. 2 M9Fs expended, 1 hit. I'm down to 1-9 Lima. This is time to really go back, but let's see what happens. I think I stole Mike Romeo's kill again. Oops. Sorry, buddy. It was teamwork. Overall, based on the performance of the 7 Foxtrots, they have the energy. They are much more susceptible to chaff, and they can be notched much easier. And fortunately for me in this flight, I didn't face too many enemies. That would be a pain, but so far so good. Now I've set my data link to ground stabilized, which means north is at the top, which shows me that there is a hostile coming in from the north. Alright, let's wing it around and find this bad guy. Still have 1 missile left. Let's see what this Tomcat can do, and let's try out this 9 Lima. From close range, from about 2-3 miles, the 9 Limas have been solid. The Sparrows, head-on, side shot, and even top-down, impressively, was quite good. Now, I would assume that the F-4 Phantom's radar is going to be much more susceptible to ground clutter, but here it did definitely work out. Alright, next customer is a Mirage 2000, and there's also an F-60 that he's got with him.
The sink rate is too high.
There's the F-16. Looking around visually, I'm going to guess that as much as Heatblur is reworking the F-4 Phantom, some of the pilot acquisition radar modes maybe will be similar to what we've got in the Tomcat.
Missile, 1 o'clock.
Alright, Fox 3 launch on yours truly. Hits the mountain. Just in case I'm going into a defensive notch. Mirage is parallel course on my right side. Of course, I don't know this because I don't have TAC while I'm flying. Desperately looking around. He's just on the other side of the hill. I go for a left-hand turn. The blue AWACS picks me up. The Mirage is reacting on my 6 o'clock coming through. Definitely picks me up here. And I've got radar hits from my 6 o'clock. More like 8 o'clock. Jester's a bit of an idiot though.
Mirage, 4 o'clock. 1 mile. There's 450.
I see gun rounds. Right away I'm reversing.
Okay, we're at 100 above.
And the Mirage 2000 flies by. He was too fast. He was Mach 1.2. There's a lock. Fox 2.
We're on a 6.
Splash Mirage 2000. And Mike Romeo in his J11 finishes off the F-16 below me. Good bit of unintentional teamwork in the 14 Bravo Tomcat, but flying with the 70s F4E loadout. So far I haven't had to do any gun kills, but again, that would be counterintuitive. Here's the replay. The Mirage goes right by, gets in front of me, perfect position. Fox 2 in his tailpipe. He deserved that.
Roger that.
Alright, great success. I still have fuel, and it's time to RTB.
You got it.
Checking data link in ground stabilized mode, making sure there's nobody behind me.
Nails, 11 o'clock.
And let's go for a landing and summarize this flight. So overall, the weapon expenditure has been such that they have had 4 splashes. If we look at the numbers, Mirage 2000, the first one, there was one missile that hit the terrain. The F-16, both Sparrows lost track. One was bad off the rail, the second one was notched or energy defeated. The F-14B Aim-7F Sparrow, I fired, but it was too far. It was at about 12-15 miles, just didn't have the reach. And of course the Mirage 2000 got taken out by a Sidewinder. So as you can see, from a loadout of missiles, there was a couple of shots that were bad, like the Aim-7F on the Tomcat, or the double tap that I did on the F-16, but overall, not too bad of a performance. Let's touch down for a landing, and of course guys, if you've enjoyed this video, thumbs up, like, and comment. As always, share this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video and in the air. Plazma 1945 is out of here. Fly safe, everybody.